And welcome to Divekick Infinite. I was just checking up the bracket, and if you're just joining us, we're just kind of waiting for a few people to show up, but let me give a quick intro. My name is Thanos PKC, and there's a lot of players in the Divekick Infinite Discord that get together to play this great game called Divekick, and this is the 10-year anniversary tournament, so we hopefully have some great games for you. I'm going to go ahead and try to see if our first match is here, just because one of them might not be here, but if they aren't, we're going to go ahead and move on to the second one. This is what the bracket looks like right now. We have 7 participants, and our first match should be between Babluer and Balti. And let me go grab them and see if they're around. One second. Oh, Canadian Bacon's nice to have you. Glad to see you coming out of the Woogendork there. We haven't seen you around, so it's going to be awesome to see you play today as well. Alright, looks like right now Balti and Sage Saintly aren't with us right now, so it's probably going to be the Durkus and Argenrust as our first match, and I'm going to try to see which one can share so we can get this tournament started. The Durgus, if you're around, let me know if you can share. And Argenrust, if you are also around, you can let me know if you can share as well. Alright, looks like Argenrust will be sharing the match. Now I'm just gonna do some record keeping, make sure to give advanced Babluer and Canadian Bacon to their next round, while Argent gets it ready.
It's us.
So right now, I think Arjun Ross is in the room right now. We're just waiting for the Dirkus to join. And in the meantime, I'll be updating the score real quick. So let's go into the updating bracket. I give Labouer the win, and also Canadian Bigots. The Dirkus, if you need to join, go ahead and find the lobby. There should be one open in an unranked. The Dirkus is asking in chat about where he can join. Yeah, if you haven't seen this game before, one thing about this game is it doesn't have an easy join system, so we're going to be using Discord. The players are going to be sharing their Discord to me, and then I'll be streaming and casting from here, and I'll be commentating on the matches as well. I am by myself, but hopefully you can sit through some of the silence as I get stuff settled behind the background, since I am running the full tournament. Oh, looks like they started. Let's go ahead and jump in. Oop, let me go fix those names.
Yes, from above. Round 1, Divekick. Round 2, Divekick. Perfecto.
Alright, so looks like the sizing is a bit different, but we're going to go ahead and go with it. Right now we've got Arjun Ross as Redacted versus the Dirkus, and the Dirkus right now is playing Kong. Arjun Ross has been a long-time player, tried and true champion, and the Dirkus just started playing recently, and he's been working on some cool AI things with Divekick, so hopefully you can catch him on his stream as well. Oh, very good portal there to catch Arjun Ross, or bait Arjun Ross to go for that kick. If you guys haven't seen this game before, Kung Pao has a very horizontal kick. Her special that you just saw was portal. All she has to do is press 2 buttons to activate it, and she enters the portals and exits the same portal unless there's an exit made. In the meantime, Arjun Ross is making quick work, getting the Dirkus into a headshot and following it up. Very great duck there by Arjun Ross, making sure not to get hit. He did have kick factor in that particular battle, so I didn't see the Dirkus making it too far, but Arjun Ross using all the tools to settle that one.
Yes, from above. Round 1, Divekick.
Alright, the next game, we've got Dirkus kind of just getting around with the spacing, and he kind of came in a little bit too far away and gets punished by Arjun Ross. Dirkus setting up an exit in the back. This can be helpful if they end up crossing, if the Dirkus ends up crossing over or under Arjun Ross, who could use the the portal, and that was I thought he actually got the hit, but apparently it was not low enough, and Arjun Ross gets a duck. About to get kick factor. This situation is looking very very similar to last, where he's got the kick factor and Dirkus is headshot. Somehow the Dirkus is going to have to try to find a way to survive this kick factor here.
Fraud detection warning.
Round 5, Divekick.
Ooh. That's a very, very big hitbox on the Redacted, one of the best in the game, and unfortunately the Dirkus loses the second game. Against any other character that could have been a double KO, but the Redacted's hitbox is just very, very strong.
Round 1, Divekick.
Ooh, a little bit too high on that kick from the Dirkus. Any lower, he could have got the headshot though.
Round 2, Divekick.
Alright, setting up that exit in the back. Hopefully can make some more use of it this round. In the meanwhile, Argent Ross just spamming that meter build. Ooh, gets it over. The duck happens again. Oh no, the Dirkus is in headshot position again, waiting for Kick Vector to come online for Argent Ross. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Dirkus is in a tiffy. Oh, Argent Ross with the great aim, hitting that second headshot. And he's gonna ride this Kick Factor out to finish off the set with a sweep. Unless the Dirkus can pull something out. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Good games by both. Hopefully we can see the Dirkus come back from losers, and congratulations to Argent Ross. Alright, let me see if I can get the second match coming up. And let me update the background. I'll be right back. Okay, the next match we should have on deck should be Tackback and Mabluer. I'm not sure if Tackback is around, but we're going to see if we can pull him out. And then after that, it's going to be Canadian Bacon and Argent Ross. Let's go ahead and get that bracket up. I think this should be good and set. Because I don't believe Saintly's here, so the Dirkus will be getting a pass in losers round 1. So let's go ahead and show that. And in the meantime, gonna go ahead and see if we can pull Tackback and Mabluer. If Tackback isn't around, though, he'll be giving Mabluer another bye. Alright, doesn't look like Tackback is around, so we're going to go ahead and go with Argent Ross and Canadian Bacon. Canadian, if you're out there, do you think, if you can share, let me know in the Discord. If not, we can go with Argent Ross again. I'm hoping that we can get something with a bigger size, or I'll go ahead and try to adjust Argent Ross's size so it gets to be a full screen view. Alright, looks like we've got Canadian Bacon's sound looks good and the screen looks good, so we just have to get Argon Ross in here. Alright, looks like we're good to go.
50 Shades of Cheer.
Select your gems. Select your duds. This from above.
Alright, so Canadian Bacon's also a veteran from Divekick. He does main Stream and Kung. Looks like he's pulling out Stream for this matchup. Argon Ross and Canadian Bacon have had historic matches together, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here. Looks like Canadian Bacon is trying to build up meter. It's been a while since he played, so definitely noticing that he did not mean to do those flame baits. Normally you want to build up to kick factor, which gives you a mini missiles as stream that fly across the screen, can help set up high and low traps. Canadian Bacon feeling a little bit of the rust, but hopefully he can clear that out soon. Argon Ross has kick factor again, and he'll be coming in hard. We'll see what Bacon can do to stop it. Did see a little bug there. Whenever Stream gets hit into the air, his next round he'll start kicking in that direction that he last got kicked in. And it has this very weird thing where he floats like he kind of strafes across the screen. Argon Ross with a great headshot there. He's got to be careful though, because chasing Stream is pretty tough. Ooh, great under by Canadian Bacon, surviving that round, building up meter now. Let's see if he can turn it around. All right, Argon Ross with the kick factor, very patient, just waiting to defend line with it.
Fraud detection warning. Fraud detection warning.
Alright, fraud detection coming up. That's when a player has 4 wins, and if he's able to get 5 wins, the other player will be deemed a fraud with a nice big stamp. Hopefully Canadian Bacon can avoid the first stamp of the day. Alright, looks like it's going to come down the line again. Ooh, very good defense by Argon Ross. Grabbing that first fraud of the day and handing out to Canadian Bacon.
This from above.
Alright, let's see what adjustments Canadian Bacon make to try to get around Argon Ross's ability to get kick factor really quick and come in. Ooh, those hitboxes. Stream actually has the second largest hitbox, but unfortunately Argon Ross, or Redacted, has the first hitbox. Oh, that's good. That's good fire. Whenever Redacted gets stuck in fire, she tends to bounce very low and multiple times, and that's why it's very good against her. And unfortunately, Canadian Bacon wasn't able to set up the headshot. Usually, Redacted faces the other way, and you can actually aim for the head as they get stuck. Oh, very good headshot there. Let's see if he can follow it up with a chain. The ability of Stream is he can steer his kick, so it makes it pretty good when you're trying to hunt for those headshots, just to steer it in the way of the opponent's head. If this is your first time seeing Stream, he's actually a double jump character. Every time he jumps in the air, he has to jump twice before he can kick. This flame feat is one of his special abilities where if he shoots a flame, the opponents will bounce on it, but also if his feet, oh no, this bug, if his feet come on fire, he actually kicks for a longer duration. We did get to see the writhing Stream bug, which I don't get to see it too often. I'm not sure what causes it, but it's pretty hilarious whenever it comes up. Looks like this is going to go to line again. Ooh! I think that Canadian Bacon's tried to get it in there really quick, but might have pressed it a bit too fast, ended up doing his special a second time. Ooh. Unfortunately, gets stuck against the wall, doesn't jump high enough. Redacted gets higher and ends up kicking Bacon out of the air for a 2-0 lead. I actually scored the score wrong to the first one. Let me fix that. Alright. Let's see if Bacon can adjust. He adjusted a lot that second game. We'll see if he can do this third game. Okay. Argon Ross coming in hard. Canadian Bacon's with the good D. Is Argon Ross going to back up here to build his kick factor? He's got it anyway. Didn't really need them back up. Great under by Canadian Bacon's. Oh! Kick did not go far enough. He dodges the kick factor though. They get into this scenario where they're both in the corner facing the center of the screen, and Argon Ross is the first to break the stance and jump out and get the kill. Alright, Bacon's still backing up himself into a corner. Can he get a kill here? I'm not sure if he intended to do that flame bait, but it did end up working. Fortunately, Argon Ross is about to get his kick factor again. Oh no! Ooh. That flash pause made me think he was going to get hit there. Oh no, oh no! Alright, Canadian Bacon back up against the wall, gets hit in the head. Unfortunately, I think that flame bait might not have been intentional, but it also could have. He's been getting kills with it in the previous rounds. At least he did not get a headshot here, but he's playing for this set point here. Oh, the flame bait does not give him enough fade to get away from Redacted, and Argon Ross is going to complete this sweep here. Argon Ross is this is his second win, and he's doing pretty good. Hopefully Canadian Bacon can fight out losers and come back for the rematch. Alright, let me go ahead and update the bracket and see who's next, and I'll be right back. And next up on our list is the Tackback and the Dirkus, but I'm not sure Tackback's going to be around, so he's probably going to get a bye. And then we're going to go to, let's see, I'm guessing we're going to go to Winners Finals, because I believe that because Balti is also not around, they're both going to get their buys in. So if Blabuer, if you can set up a share with Argon Ross, and I'll get that up on screen. Oh, actually, that should be, I guess if we're going to go in order here, it should be, I think Canadian Bacon and the Dirkus will be next. So maybe Canadian Bacon's, if you can come, go ahead and try to jump back in. Argon Ross, thanks for sharing. I saw that you put in chat you said that your display gets kind of weird when you try to run full screen now. And that's fine, but thank you for trying to share earlier. Let me make sure that's up refreshed. Alright, I think that's how the bracket ended up. And let me go look for Canadian Bacons to see if we can get him and Nidhogg on stream. Alright, looks like they're just in, and looks like they're just readying up. Alright, let me go ahead and get the name set up for the scoreboard.
To your duds. This from above. Round one.
Alright, so this is a matchup between Kung and Stream, and in this particular matchup, Kung can get hit on the bottom side of her leg there with the steer kick from Stream if he goes low enough, and if Stream is actually tilted very horizontal, it'll be very hard for Kung to find surface area to kick. That being said, Kung is a very oppressive, has a very oppressive kick and can use her distance to kind of catch any type of mistake that Stream makes in his movement. In the meantime, looks like Canadian Bacon is continuing his mid-air build and playing from the corner. Ooh! Lots of line play there. I thought he was going to get hit, but ends up that the Kung ends up going over. One thing about Stream is he ends up bobbing his head in, I think, 3 to 4 different positions, and so as he's standing there, you can see his head move up and down, and looked like it moved down right at the right time to dodge the kick from Kung. Alright, Dirk is playing it safe here. He's going to defend line. Looks like so. He will. Ooh, very good. Pull back from Canadian Bacon, waiting for the Dirkus to come out. Oh, that shouldn't be 3-0. It should be 0-0. Sec. Alright, that's fixed now. Alright, looking like this is a close match. 3 rounds apiece. Let's see who can get the edge here. Kick factor nullified by Canadian Bacon's good reaction there. Oh, there's that underkick I was talking about. Great steer there by Canadian Bacons. Alright, let's see if the Dirkus can adjust. Right now we've been seeing them go to line, and let's see if the Dirkus is going to change anything about his play and play a little bit more forward. It is tough to chase Stream because Stream is a very defensive character. His kickback can retreat really well, and this is the first time we're getting to see missiles. This missile here is, he can set up a low and a high one. It'll come out every, I think, 90 frames? Basically it loads it, and every time you do an action with the Stream, it'll launch one of them. Oh no. The Dirkus not finding a way around those mini missiles. One key tip is if you ever have to face these mini missiles, only the tip of their feet of the missile is actually hitbox, so you can go ahead and touch, you know, the body or the head of the mini streams, and you won't get hurt. Looks like Canadian Bacon's looking to set up a fraud here on the Dirkus. He's coming forward a little more. It's looking like he's not going to be as aggressive able to meet her in the back, and gets the Kung jumping up into the kick. Nice fraud by the Bacon there. Is the Dirkus contemplating a character switch here? Tournament rules allow the loser to change characters. Gems will be the loser can pick second, and the winner has to pick their gem first. But the winner can change their pick to account for a character change. Oh, looks like he came out. Probably gonna jump back in because I believe that. Durkis has to run out. Unfortunately, he can't continue, so we're gonna go ahead and give Bacons the win here. Don't worry, Durkis. Get to what you need to, but thanks for joining. The Durkis is in chat here on the Twitch, and unfortunately he had to run. All right, let's go ahead and update those scores. Be right back. Alright, our next match should be between Blabooer and Ardenrost. Blabooer, if you are in Lounge, I'll pull you in. So in the meantime, we looked like we had 7 participants. Unfortunately, it looks like 3 of them couldn't make it, and unfortunately the Durkis had to tap out now. It did look like Canadian Bacon did have that set handily. 2-0, you never know. The Durkis might have made a comeback, but unfortunately he did have to go. In the meantime, we are in for some really good matches. Both the last 3 here, Blabooer, Ardenrost, and Canadian Bacons are all veterans of the game, so we should see some good matches. Alright, let's see if I can get Blabooer into the screen here. Ardenrost in chat said, remember when the hitbox was bigger? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I believe that's, I think he was referring to Stream there, and I think he was referring to when Stream's foot becomes on fire. It used to be very, very huge and like win almost every single trade. It's still pretty big now, but not as big as it used to be in vanilla Divekick. Alright, looks like we have Blab in the channel.
Select your character.
Alright.
Unacceptable.
Let's get the name set up.
Can someone find me a stick?
Select your gems.
Alright, looks like the Blab is going with Mr. N here with the Dive Gem, Redacted. Same pick for Ardenrost.
Yes, from above.
Now, on paper, Mr. N gives Redacted a nightmare of a matchup because of the way that they both have the same angle. Redacted has a hard time ducking. A very patient and meter-filled Mr. N. Once Mr. N gets meter, he can kind of float above, but it's not an easily executed strategy, so we'll see what happens if while this fight comes along. Alright, this first headshot for Mr. N is not going to be the end of... it will make him concussed because he does not have a... he doesn't have his neck pillow anymore. The very first neck pillow will stop the first concussion. Looks like he survives. Oh no, only to get headshot again with Ardenrost on kick factor.
Fraud detection warning. Fraud detection warning.
Round 5. Divekick.
Oh! Oh, very good play. Blabuer staying underneath Argonross's kick factor and able to get the counter kick. Let's see if he can turn it around. Avoiding the fraud. Gets a late kick. Oh, does not get the late kick. Whenever Redacted is in that feral stance, you can only really hit the very first, like, front of her body and her head. Her whole backside is not hittable. A lot of meter to wait this out. Oh, gets Argonross into a headshot. This is the trouble that Redacted might have. Getting out of a meter-filled end's target range is really tough. Let's see if Blabuer can nail those headshots. Oh no, comes in a little too hard. Argonross with the counter kick to steal up game 1. For those who haven't seen Mr. N play, he does have an air special that allows him to float in the air. He can tap it and save some meter, or he can hold it and boost up. He also has a secret double jump, which allows him to jump mid-air. A very small height, but sometimes that's all you need to get that kill or headshot. Blabuer switching to kick, doesn't feel confident with Mr. N, I think, and moving on to another character who, I would say this isn't a horrible matchup. It's more of Kick has different tools, but if he ever gets headshot by Redacted, he's going to have a hard time not getting chained. And just because he doesn't have the height to kind of get away from an aggressive Redacted. Now, Kick does have speed, and that allows him to kind of chase the bad kickback of Redacted. Redacted doesn't retreat that fast, and what happens is, yeah, K-Bomb right there is going to catch that retreat. Argonross looking like about to get kick factor, gonna activate it. Yep, activates it backwards for safety. Blabuer with the missed party start. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but party starter will force Redacted to jump a little bit. Unfortunately, Redacted's gravity is so high that it doesn't launch her that high in the air. Ooh, gets a second headshot and looking to get a third with maybe the last of the kick factor. I've seen this before. He's probably going to do a wall jump. No, he does not do a wall jump. Argonross, I thought you were going to do the wall jump there. Redacted has a jump where she clings to the wall and then jumps from the wall, kind of like Vega from Street Fighter. But I've seen Argonross do that move plenty of times. Unfortunately, he faked me out there. I thought he was going to do it, but he did not. And either way, he does get another headshot, looking to seal up the second game. Inching forward, very safe, very planned, and looks to seal up that second game. Hopefully Blabuer can find a character and a strat to break through the juggernaut that is Argonross. Looking for another character.
Unacceptable.
Oh, we've done one full circle. Oh, it's back to Dive. This is a very classic matchup. I think I give Dive maybe a slight advantage, the slightest. Both characters have tools in this matchup, but I'm sure Argonross has had plenty of experience against Dive at the highest of levels. Ooh, good toe tap on Argonross. Looks like Blabuer is coming in and keeping good spacing this one. Oh no, there's that hitbox advantage from the Redacted. Blabuer inching his way, looking for an opportunity to come for attack. Unfortunately, that was not the right one. It took away all his meter, and now he's headshot. Gets underneath. Kick factor from Argonross. Blabuer being very patient. Ooh, catches Argonross coming in a bit too hard. Does look like Blabuer is holding Argonross at the line a little bit better. That was his air special there, trying to mix up the rhythm, but unfortunately Redacted got the win on that one. It seemed like a good idea, though. Maybe we'll see more of it coming moving forward. Alright, Argonross about to get kick factor again. He's going to activate it backwards. Oh, just backs up a little bit, tries to get it safely. Kick factor on Blabuer's end. About to be activated. We're going to see a line battle with kick factors. Oh no! Great duck there by Argonross. Unfortunately, Blabuer was not able to hit low enough, and that seals the sweep for Argonross. Very, very good game, though. I saw the way that Blabur kind of adjusted. That last game looked pretty good in terms of his spacing. Unfortunately, Ardenroth's just too good. And just like Blabur said, he's too good, he's too good. GG's, and hopefully we can move on to our next match. Give me a sec, I'm going to update the bracket, and I'll be right back. Alright, there's the bracket really quickly, but it does look like Blabur and Canadian Bacons are already in and have the match shared, so if you guys can hear me, you guys can go ahead and start. I think I forgot to update the round title, but it's okay, I'll fix that next time. Alright, looks like we've got a Fencer mirror here with Canadian Bacons and Blabur going Fencer. Let's see what colors they're going to pick. Those who haven't seen this game, the Fencer has a sword in the middle, and they both of them can throw it. They can pick up each other's sword as well. The other specials are an air dodge and a ground dodge, which allows them to roll. Okay, swords flying, nobody hit yet, nobody punctured, nobody skewered, and Canadian Bacons with the first kick. Both swords are going to be on Blabur's back wall. Alright, Blabur moving forward, pushing Canadian back a little bit. Okay. If yeah, if a Blabur gets a kick factor, he will be able to walk off screen for a win. That's a holdover from Nidhogg's source game, the Fencer's source game called the Nidhogg, where he basically has to pass the other player into the next screen to get to advance the game, and they pulled that into Divekick. Looks like they're just playing defense here. Canadian Bacons had that option, did not want to move forward into Blab's tight defense. We're gonna go to line. Ooh, roll for the tie. Blabur jumps at times the roll just enough to get a tie. Could he have gotten the win? I don't know. It's really, really close. Looks like Blabur not looking to back up for the swords, just looking to play that spacing game. We get into a stare down. We're going to go to another line battle here. Oh no! Blabur with the roll a little bit too early. Canadian Bacons timing that kick, gets it in before the time runs out. Blabur is now headshot. Canadian Bacons can pass here. If he passes while Fencer is concussed, he will be concussed again. I do not think he got it. Yep, he is not concussed this round. If he was concussed when the Fencer passed, that will give him another round of being concussed. We call it the speed run combo. Alright, looks like Blabur being patient, trying to play on his side. One thing about Fencer, if you get hit by the sword, it will fall right next to you. Very good roll there by Blabur, taking the line. Fencer forced to drop his sword after failing to grab line. It is closer to Canadian Bacons. Unfortunately, Canadian Bacons catches Blabur as he tries to pick it up. Great jump there by Canadian Bacons. Alright, Canadian Bacon with the sword has all the advantage here. Good dodges by Blabur though. Ooh, getting underneath the sword, getting the sword of his own. He's got all the options here. He's got a sword, he's got line. What is he going to do? He's just going to defend line. Awesome, awesome. Bringing it back 3-4. He could win too here. He has the sword in his hand and behind him. Can he land one hit here? Oh no! Great job by Canadian Bacon sealing up that first match. It's very, very close. Is Blabooer thinking about a character switch? He is. Could be a gem switch as well.
You don't need a mathematician
Oh,
to figure
going
this
with dive.
Select your brain. Select your duds.
Argon in the chat saying air tumbled too good. It does get out of a lot of situations. Pulled him into line, got him across, and a screen pass as well.
Round one. Die.
Now let's see how well Blabooer can defend the sword here. A lot of the matchup is about denying Fencer his best weapon, which is sword, and making sure to punish him for his minimum height kick difference. And that's, you'll notice that Fencer has to jump really high before he can start kicking, and that's one of his weaknesses that people have to take advantage of in order to beat the Fencer. Alright, Blabooer does take a hit here, but the sword is closer to his side now. Let's see if he can defend it. About to get kick factor. Oh, that might be a headshot. Oh, just gets away Canadian Bacons with the counter headshot. It was so close. I thought the kick factor speed would get him there, but it did not. Alright, got dive to jump, lands that headshot on the landing. Looking like it'd be a fraud here. I think with the sword throw, he should be able to seal this up fairly easily. There it is. Fortunately, that's a tough position to be with Fencer with sword, and you're on a concussion. It's really hard that you can't jump over it unless you time it really good, and unfortunately, it's just a bad situation that hopefully it doesn't repeat itself.
From above. Round one. Die.
Alright, we got Blabooer here defending the sword. A nice roll in by Bacon to get it. Oh, unfortunately, he drops it near Blabooer's side, so a bit harder to get now. Alright, Blabooer inching forward, just defending sword, being patient. Ooh, Canadian Bacon snuck in, gets a bit of it. Unfortunately, Blabooer cannot approach there. Approached it a little bit too early. Fencer gets the defense out the line. Ooh. I believe Canadian tried to roll under. If Dive went for a high kick, Blabooer sees it, goes for a lower kick. Air dodge does another good job at dodging the kick factor attack there. Alright, we'll see if Blabooer is going to use the camera wall to keep Fencer off his sword. Oh, times the landing. Unfortunately, if you can't dodge as you're landing, so Dive there, able to seal up that headshot. Can he turn it into a second headshot? Oh, he can. He might be able to roll this into his win. About to get kick factor as well. Yep. He's on the board. Alright, are we going to see a switch here from Bacon? We have seen him play stream earlier. Oh, we are going to see a switch. Is he going to go back to his stream? Oh, he's going to Kung. Now, I think Dive's going to have a harder time in this matchup, but we'll see how Blabooer chooses to play it. Kung's kick is very oppressive to the space that Dive can move in, and when you're trying to approach as Dive, there's so many areas where Kung can kind of chase you down, but once you get enough meter, you can start pressuring her with your kick factor and your ground special. Choosing the dive gem here, I haven't seen this matchup with the dive gem that much as Dive. Normally as Kung Pao, you'll see here pick the kick gem just because adding a little bit of jump to her very low jump doesn't help as much, and so most people prefer the speed. Canadian Bang about to get kick factor here. He activates. Alright, plenty of meter on Blabooer's side to defend this. Does not get under fast enough. If he did get under, he would be able to punish the Kung who kicks over, unless Kung went for the preemptive portal kick. So far, Canadian Bacon's looking like this character pick's doing well. Let's see if Blabur can get around on the board here. Oh, unfortunately gets tapped as he walks forward. And we're looking at another fraud detection. Don't forget there is an exit set up behind Kung in case you want to be wary about those portal tricks. And just as I say that, Blabur pulls off a greatly timed parabolic arc, his ground special, to get a sneaky kill on Kung. Oh no, bad jump there. Unfortunately, if he used air special, I'm not even sure if he could escape there. Unfortunately, Canadian Bacon sees the jump and creates the punish. Good job to both players. Very back and forth. Alright, going back to the bracket, I'm going to see who's next. It's probably going to be Canadian Bacons and Ardenross, I believe. Alright, one sec, let me update the bracket and I'll be right back. Yep, does look like it's going to be Ardenross and Canadian Bacon in the grand finals. And hopefully we can get Canadian Bacon in to share the match. Alright, looks like the sound is good.
Select your character.
Well.
Select your bring.
Alright, looks like we're going to see a rematch for Stream versus Redacted. Let's see what if Canadian Bacons can turn it around from that first meeting, because he did look like Ardenross had his number.
Round one, dive.
Ooh, he's getting pinned against the wall again. Let's see if he can get just a little bit more height. If he had a little bit more height, he'd be able to do a counter kick. Fortunately, Ardenross just there with the kill. Looks like Ardenross is about to get kick factor again. Let's see if Canadian can do something to get him off of the extra speed. Oh, how is that a headshot? It's so far away. Oh man. Great under move, unfortunately does not get far enough, and Ardenross able to line up the second headshot.
Fraud detection warning. Fraud detection warning.
Round 5, dive kick.
Oh! I thought he was dead there, but he gets away just enough, but unfortunately Ardenross can still chase it again. Alright, hopefully Canadian Bacons can find an answer to this, because Ardenross is cleaning it up.
Yes, from above. Round.
Ardenross in the chat, somebody call Keits about that headshot. It'll be recorded and on YouTube later, so you can always pull him and ask him how those hitboxes are doing. Oh! Ardenross able to get away from the steered kick, unfortunately lands in the fire and gets a headshot by Canadian Bacons. Canadian Bacons, this could be his chance to tie it all up. Second headshot.
Round 4, dive kick.
I look like he's gonna walk it up. Uses flame bait here. Not sure if that was intentional. Ooh. Usually you don't want your feet on fire because if they are on fire you cannot have a headshot, and I think that Canadian Bacons was going for a headshot there, so I'm not sure if he wanted to do the flame bait there. 2-button games, execution is still a problem. I know I've had plenty of trouble with it whenever I play a stream. Is he gonna get the headshot here? Awesome. Yeah, that's a classic 1-2 setup that stream can do on our deck to get stream in that fire and line up that headshot. Oh no! Comes in a little bit too far, and Argon Ross with the counter headshot. It's looking so good for Canadian Bacons. Very good defense. It's a very close match. I love what we're seeing here. Canadian Bacon's turning it around. Oh no! If he had only steered up, he could have got that, but very, very close. Canadian Bacon doing work. We hopefully will see him turn it around. He has to come back 2-0 against Argon Ross, who has been killing it today. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We see the headshot problems that that Canadian can give to Redacted. On the under, great under there by Canadian. It looks like he's got fire feet set up. Oh, doing a little bit of all these specials got in there, invisible there just for a split second there. Oh, awesome! Does a very low flame bait, catches Argon Ross on the kick factor activation. Oh no, how could that not be a headshot? That should have been headshot number 2. Bacon's with the great aim. Unfortunately, he did not get that shot. Hopefully, he can land another one here. Ooh. Unfortunately, flame bait is not fast enough. Argon Ross hits Bacon's out of the sky, stuck in the writhing position again. Oh! Almost dodged that. Oh man, Stream just lying down on the floor and receives the kill. Argon Ross is your champion for this 10-year anniversary for Divekick. Congratulations. Almost a comeback there by Bagans though. All right, let me set up the final bracket and finalize it. But hopefully, if Argon Ross and Canadian Bacons are around and willing to talk, maybe we can get them up here and just share some thoughts about the game and their play in this particular tournament, and maybe share some rivalries from some old ones. Go ahead and I'll ask in Discord. Feel free to say no if you do not want to come up. All right, be right back. Gonna fix that bracket. Alright, that is the final bracket there. It does look like Ardrodos will be joining us, but we'll see if we can get Canadian Bacons in first. I'm not sure if he will be joining us though. Alright, does look like Canadian Bacon will join us, and just grab him in here. Alright, Russ, I'm gonna pull you in too, but we're gonna give Canadian the floor first. Alright, Canadian Bacon, it was really great seeing you play again. It's been a minute. Tell me a little bit about, well, first give an introduction if you want to just, you know, talk about yourself and your history with the game, and then maybe talk about kind of this tournament and what you saw in the matches and the people you played against.
Sure. I started playing this game when it came out, so 10 years ago now. It was sort of my introduction to the fighting game community. I had not been involved with fighting games before, but the year after it came out, I went out to UFGT for Divekick, and I started getting into fighting games from there, which was pretty cool. I did well at UFGT. Once, familiarly, I lost to Argon in the finals, in both winners finals and grand finals. That's usually the way of it. Anytime Argon Ross is in a tournament. But yeah, Divekick's great.
He's definitely a killer. But also, I know your name also from Spy Party, which is an awesome 1v1 game, and you're really good at that game as well.
Yeah, that's another game I'm probably washed in. But yeah, there was a point where I was one of the best at that game, and I'm still around. I'm a moderator in the community and stuff. These days, when it comes to competitive gaming, I'm actually I'm playing Magic the Gathering competitively. I'm on the Pro Tour for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, things are going well for me. I got fourth at the Pro Tour a few months ago. I'm going to the World Championships in Vegas in a month, so that's pretty exciting.
Ooh, I wish you luck on that. That's got to be a huge win if you pull that off.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, so how did your matches go? Did you see anything new? Obviously, we saw all the stream bugs there.
Yeah, at least it used to be when that stream bug happened, it would actually mess with your inputs too at the start of the round and basically make that round unwinnable. That actually happened to me against Argon Rost at UFGTX in the finals, and I remember yelling at Keits in the crowd about it. The fact that it's only a visual bug now, I'm fine with it.
Are you referring to the writhing on the ground, or the one where when you start the round, your kick angle is like what it was when you were kicked the previous round?
So yeah, it used to be that, from my understanding. And I think that shows up in the same situations, although maybe I'm wrong about that. But yeah, that one's a killer, and that happened to me in the finals before. Yeah, I've always struggled a bit with the redacted matchup. It's probably not too bad if you're really if you really get down to it and prepare for it, but that's not something that I haven't prepared enough for it, and it's always a struggle.
Anything else you'd like to add as far as like for this particular tournament? Like, what was your favorite moment or your favorite kill? Either something you watched or something you performed.
Not a particular moment that stands out to me, but I was reasonably happy about most of my play against Argon Rost, even though I lost every round. I noticed myself doing some things better, and I liked generally strategically what I was doing, even if some things didn't pan out.
Yeah, I noticed that you were having a bit of heavy execution errors there, and that's totally understandable if you haven't played in a while, because Stream is a very tough character to get the buttons right on. Yeah,
so you're trying to, do your inputs often fast as possible, but you want to do them fast as possible, but not within one frame of each other, because then you'll get your specials. But yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. Like I was seeing you play, and as the tournament progressed, I can see you getting like better and better. And like even though you might not have taken Argon Rost in the set, I can tell there definitely were changes, and you were turning the match around little by little.
But yeah, it was a good time. It was fun to come back to Divekick every once in a while.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already been 10 years.
Yeah, that's a crazy number.
All right, thanks. If you can stay on, we can you can add some comments at the end after Argon Rost gives his spiel. In case you do have to go, if you want to give any plugs or anything, just shout them out.
No, I'm all good there, and I'll stick around.
All right. Argon Rust, once again, congrats. I don't know how many times that you've heard congrats because you've been winning in Divekick since I can remember. If you can give a quick introduction and then let us know how you felt about the tournament.
Yeah, sure. My name is Argon Rust. I have also been playing this game basically since launch. I'm, I guess, the key specialist for my character, Redacted. I remember writing up a lot of stuff about this character, like back in the days of the Divekick forums. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember the forums.
So, writing a lot of stuff in the forums. I fell in love with this game like pretty much as soon as I saw it. Put a lot of time into it, and I have technically, yeah, probably the best track record, at least for like major tournaments for this game, of probably any player in its history. I really, really love this game. I got super passionate about it to the point where I wanted to be successful, and I still very fondly remember that UFGT tournament where we actually got like the vast majority of the online community together into one place. I think it's really the only time that ever really happened like that. But yeah, it was me and Bacon's in the finals. I remember that was like a whole big deal because I'm not gonna lie, back when Gunther was still around, that was like the one person that I did not want to play in the entire tournament. So shoutouts to Bacon's for taking him out.
For those that don't know, Gunther played the Baz, and he had very, very scary Baz.
He was the best in the business with that character for sure, and that was a period of time when Baz was very, very, very strong in the right hands too.
Yeah, I believe that Gunther stopped playing right about the time that the Baz got nerfed a little bit in terms of meter build and swing speed, and I think Axim is the other what I call post patch Baz, great player as well. So those are the two like best Bazes that I know.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say that being able to secure the win at UFGT was definitely one of like my happiest moments for this game. But I mean, I've been playing it ever since. Capconian and I go back and forth in a lot of events whenever the game does pop up at majors. So yeah, I've been playing it a long time, and I love it when I get the chance to play.
Yeah, great shout out to Capconian, who's ran Divekick at Frosty's for I don't know how many years now, but it's always a joy to see him play his deathly shoals, I should say. He's really brought that character to just like a different level over the years. Do you have a favorite moment or match or set in this particular tournament?
I mean, I guess I can't say there was anything that was like super crazy, but I mean, I'm really happy that I was able to kind of execute on some of the things that I did. I mean, my match against Blabur is that was a very interesting match because I mean that's really the kind of like the ultimate knowledge check of like, you know, you're going up against somebody who can switch between like basically any character in the cast on the fly, and it's like you really gotta like be on point with like your knowledge of those matchups. I mean that Mr. N pick at the beginning was actually kind of scary because I still have nightmares of fighting against Mushroom Gas's Mr. N back in the day. But I mean I was happy that I was kind of able to take what I knew and be able to kind of keep it together and then like switch on the fly, adapting to different characters. Just a nice thing to be able to know. It's like, hey, after 10 years of playing this game, I can still kind of adapt when I need to.
Yeah, I saw that Blabur basically made you find the answer to three different characters there, but you were able to take care of it. I thought he was going to continue with Mr. N, but he ended up switching because he did look like he lined up a nice headshot. I wasn't sure if he was going to continue the chain, but unfortunately, or actually fortunately for you, you were able to counter and get out of that round.
Yeah, I think I was, you know, I still have at least a fair amount of memory of like the level of execution that like Mushroom Gas had playing that character, and so like I at least had enough awareness to know like what to avoid, and thankfully, when I was about to get into a really, really bad situation, I was able to kind of slip out to a capacity where I could like capitalize on like especially being able to catch things like without like float cancels and whatnot. Because like really the float cancels are the thing that I'm always looking for the most in that match for obvious reasons, because that's where it tends to snowball.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I was happy that I was able to consistently put myself in a position where I could avoid a lot of potential disaster scenarios. So.
Yeah, Blab said in chat he likes N versus Redacted, but he's never quite made it work online. It's just too fast, and that's something to say in terms of like we are playing these matches online across certain distances, and you definitely don't get that clean play you do offline, and it does change some matchups fairly significantly.
Yeah, that one in particular I think is kind of subject to that problem, because both characters
are super fast.
They're super fast, but they want to do a lot of things in like short bursts of time, and being able to do that, but also being able to do that at the right time is a very difficult thing to do. And when you have even like the slightest disruption in online play, it makes things snowball very quickly just because of the nature of that matchup. So yeah, I definitely understand. It's a very sensitive matchup for sure.
Well, congrats on the win. We do have both of you guys in the chat. If you guys have questions for each other, it'd be a good time to bring it up, or anything you want to say about Divekick in general.
I mean,
we were kind of chatting before you pulled us in about the tournament and our play, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, he was like Bacon's was definitely adapting a little bit more to like, and I mean it's understandable because like you're coming back from not really playing much for like a year. But I mean, the fact that he was kind of adjusting his flame bait usage and actually like caught me quite a few times over the course of the last set. That indicative of his level of experience with the game, where it's like, you know, even if it's taking a little bit to come back, you're still like getting things where it's like you're re-establishing like kind of what the matchup can turn into, which is why I kind of agree with him that like that matchup is like, I used to think it was a lot worse in the past, and it probably was like in the previous patch, but I think over time it's kind of become a thing where it's like you just have to play it in a very different kind of way, and I think it ultimately pans out to being even, but it's another one of those matchups where precision is very important.
Yeah, and my precision was not quite on point. I especially felt that when I got some bad inputs after I was headshotting you, and it's just like, oh no, this is a disaster. I've thrown it all away.
Yeah, I definitely feel you. I tend to do that with stream as well. It's tough to not to get that accidental flame bait, and once you do that, you pretty much burn all your meter. And even with his steer, just that slightest mistiming or late press will cause you to not get the headshot, which could be the difference between like running it out or getting reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a more practiced stream who's better at chasing headshots, you can kind of slam the door shut in a way that I did not.
We saw inklings of it though. It was almost there. It was just I'm pretty sure you give you a few more days, a few more hours with the game, and you might have been able to pull the door all the way closed.
I mean, maybe even at the peak of my practice level, I was still losing to Argonrost.
Argonrost has been beating a lot of people, so
yeah,
that's definitely not.
I'm in good company for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thanks for joining on this 10-year anniversary. I did wish that we had a lot more veterans. Unfortunately, it is a Sunday and not everyone can make it. But I'm glad that we did have at least a few people come out and play. We have been doing leagues and tournaments. I'm not sure how long I'll be continuing that, but if there's a lot more people interested in playing, I'll try to see what I can do. In the meantime, congrats to Argonrost, and it was great to see you again, Canadian Bacon. I will be doing some casuals after this, If no one joins, I'll play by myself, but if you guys want to jump in for some casuals, let me know, and we'll get like a little rotation going.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean, thanks again for hosting this and continuing to basically carry the Divekick community on your back. I mean, it's cool that we can even have something like this, where it's like, even if we didn't get a huge turnout, like we still technically had like a tournament for like literally the 10th anniversary of this game. And I almost didn't make it, but I feel like I just had to for the culture, because I mean this game was really a foundational thing for me. You know, I'd been around in the fighting game community like for a few years before this game came out, but this was really like a surprisingly big starting point for me, breaking out in the fighting games. And I mean, so this game has a very special place in my heart, and I'm sure that we're all here for the same reason. So it's really nice to be able to have this, and I'm glad that I could make it.
I'm glad you came as well. There are the fighting game community is pretty hyped up right now. There's a lot of games coming out that just it's bigger than I've ever seen it. So I'm sure that we'll be looking forward to all those new games. But hopefully some people will remember Divekick and give it a go, because it's just a great game. If you haven't played it, it's only like $5, and if it's not on sale, you could probably find it in a bundle for even cheaper. But give it a shot, even if you're just playing with family and friends. It's really easy to pick up. It's only 2 buttons, no D-pad, no joystick, and it's a lot of fun. And if you do want to dive into it, there's plenty of there to learn and muddle through, and it's definitely a game of skill, even if the controls are very minimal. All right, any closing thoughts, Canadian Bacon?
None in particular. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
All right, Arjun Ross?
I guess the only thing I can really say is that regardless of what anyone might say, Divekick is not dead, and I will make sure that if Capconian is not going to be the one to always take the reins on making sure it stays alive at offline events, I'm hoping in the near future to be able to do that myself. So stick around.
Oh, that sounds awesome. All right, if you're watching still, we will be doing some casuals after this. I'm going to take a couple minutes to use the restroom and come back, but I'll set it up, and if you want to join us in a match, just go ahead and shout it out in chat or in Discord, and we'll get you in there. Thanks again, Arden Rust and Canadian Bacon, for joining, and congrats again to Arden Rust for winning the tournament.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right.
Divekick.
Alright, I'm back from my bathroom break. I'll be in the Arcade 1 Discord chat, and if anyone wants to jump in, just hop in, say hello, and we can get some matches in. I'll probably just do, random, we'll do sets of 5 if you do want to play. And if you're in chat, if you do want to play, just let me know. In the meantime, I guess I'll boot up story, unless we do have some players. And if chat has a request for a character, please just shout it out. In the meantime, I will just go random. Usually watching everyone else play Divekick makes me want to play as well, so usually after these tournaments we do have just a small session of casuals. I'll probably go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour depending on who joins. Let's make sure I get the volume up. That shows up just fine. I think the audio should be okay.
Select your character.
Maybe a little bit louder. Alright, let's see who we got. Ooh, S-Kill.
I swear.
Alright, Gem. Okay, S-Kill I usually like to run Kick Gem, but there's certain matchups that I want to do Dive Gem in. And since we are playing story, could see any other character, but we'll go ahead and just pick the Kick Gem since it's the one I like to use mostly. S-Kill's a double jump character, and that means he has to jump twice before he actually kicks. He's got a very slow kick, but the main power that he has is within his special. His air special allows him to teleport above and in front of his enemy for a headshot. But it does take quite a bit of meter, so you spend a lot of time building meter, trying to defend, and then trying to find ways to capitalize with your air special to find moments to teleport to seal a headshot in.
Yes, from above.
Alright.
Round one. Divekick.
Ooh, ouch. Maybe I should play a little bit safer against the computer. Fortunately, there's no patterns I can read from the computer. I just have to be patient. The difference between playing AI and humans is so vast, just because humans tend to fall into patterns and also try to set up baits, and fortunately AI, you can never expect it to do anything reliable. I mean, there's probably some AI that can be predictable or you can exploit, but in general, very different than playing a human. About to get kicked back to here. Should I use it or should I just go for the Okay, a bit too high. Oops. Pressed my buttons a bit too fast for that. Could have went for a parry there to stop the kill.
Round 7.
Ooh. Not getting my hits in. Alright, trying to be safe here. I got a lot of meteor here. Can I find a position where he's falling and I can get the headshot? Ooh, just a little too low. Maybe I should have kicked a little bit earlier. I think a human player would have punished that. Oh. Not a great start here. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with S-Kill though.
Round 1. Divekick.
Oh, I gotta make sure to keep an eye on the Discord just in case someone wants to join.
Round 2. Divekick.
This is a good start. Oh, if you didn't know, I actually have this set to the hardest setting. I think it's called tough or something like that. I don't really say easy, medium, hard. It's just cakewalk, meh, and I think it might be tough. Okay, I should probably go for the parry there.
Round 5.
Just gonna walk forward. Oh, pressing buttons too fast.
Perfecto. Round 6.
Ooh, not fast enough to react there. I think my main plan will be I'll be walking up and then kind of jumping in front of them, see if they go for the... See if they try to kick me, as I still have my second one. Thought they were gonna come in, so I decided to get out of the air with my air special.
Round 8.
Yeah, usually if they are concussed, it'll be easy to pretty easy to chase with the air special teleportation. You'll notice that I don't have sound on or music. Normally I play without music. I just like to hear the sound effects. It allows me to concentrate on moves and special callouts.
Round 1.
Normally in a human matchup, this is fairly easy for S-Kill just because he's got a lot of angles to exploit against stream. And he also has a special that does pretty well against a jumping stream. I have to time that a little bit better. I went a little bit too early. But it should allow me to just hop up above him at the peak of his jump. Also, if he comes in with a slow steer kick, I can actually parry it. I was looking for the jump back to make sure I time that trick so I can get that headshot there. Yeah, when you have kick factor as S-Kill, it allows you the ability to do two tricks. Since even if you have low meter on kick factor, you can still do your special. It just ends your kick factor and uses up the rest of the meter, but even if it costs more than that, you'll still be able to do it. Ooh, a little early.
Skill wins.
Alright, let's see who's next. Usually there's like for each character there's a set number of characters, but everything else besides those set ones are random. But the set ones usually have this like a dialogue. It's a very meager story mode, but it's good. Let's see if I can get a parry in here. Ooh, did not land. There it is. probably one of Yeskill's best tools against Kung, being able to parry since Kung has a really hard time aiming low.
Double kill. Round 4. Dive kick.
Ooh.
Multi kill.
Bad timing on my teleport there, but luckily they kicked into me so I can get another headshot. Alright, let's see if I can get a nice trick here. Wasn't able to land it, but still able to chase it down. I just forgot about the... Whenever Skill wins, there's a random title for the next version of Divekick. Be nice to see a Divekick 2 if Keits is listening or Iron Galaxy decides to do an update.
Yes, from above. Round.
Skill versus Redacted. Parry's going to do pretty well here as well, just because Redacted has to kick from above. I don't think the computer will time to fall below the parry and get a kill. There it is. It's really hard to parry the computer. You're not sure if you can bait them into anything. So I just ended up trying to spam.
Round 3. Dive kick.
I think Eskill's parry is probably one of the most satisfying sound effects in the game, or moves, just because like hitting a parry, seeing the headshot after, just overall very satisfactory.
Fraud detection warning.
Round 5.
Let's go ahead and get into kick factor mode. Eskill's kick factor I think lasts.
Fraud detected.
Forgot how long. Ada Basilisk was telling me that it's actually a lot longer, but yeah, and I looked it up to confirm, and it was a lot longer. But it's the longest kick factor out of all the characters. But he gets his boss mode for at least 2 rounds. I think maybe 40 seconds. So if you don't use any specials, you'll be able to stay in that mode for a full 2 rounds. Everyone else's kick factors is usually around 8 seconds. Streams might be like slightly more. I think that had to do with the timing of when his missiles load, but Skill's is the longest. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, I thought I was going to go for a punish kick there, but I didn't jump early enough. What's cool about facing against Jefailey is if you end up if he ends up getting some wins on you, his head will be very huge, and you can almost chain some headshots using your trick once you get that first headshot. Okay, this is gonna be scary now. He's got boom kicks. I'm gonna try to parry it, but we'll see if I can get the reaction right. Nope, didn't need it. He tried to kick him very far away.
Round 7.
Alright, gonna go ahead and use trick to finish it off.
Round 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, even if you hit from the wrong side, Jefailey will turn around and put his head right where you're kicking anyway, so that's an example of a turnaround headshot. Or a cross-up headshot. Ooh, the Baz. This is one of the matches I'd like to have Dive Gem, just because Baz gets a lot of airtime. And you want to be able to get high to catch him up there.
Yes, from above.
He does have the dive gem as well. Sometimes the computer does not pick the dive gem, so. But luckily, I know the computer's not as good as the best Bazes out there, so should be able to take this one.
Round 3.
Yeah, it looks like he's just swinging right in the middle, or she, or it. And I'm just able to knock him, knock the AI right when it comes down. Not doing a lot of cantos, not building meter. Does have meter for specials though.
Fraud detected. Fraud detected.
Once Eskil has Trick, there's a lot of positions that he can punish Baz because the way the Baz sets up his swing kick, it revolves around him being in the air, putting out the rope, and swinging. And during all that, you can time a. You have a lot of time to find a way to get up there and hit him out of the air. Kick is probably Eskil's worst matchup. Of all the characters, Kick has the most mobility and can stay low underneath the parry. And so, Kick can just basically pressure you with his normals. Luckily, I doubt the AI knows the matchup that well. Should I be using my Kick factor here? No, I think I'll just rely on Trick for now.
Round 5. Round 6.
If you do Trick right before you do your second jump, you will get a second jump on after you teleport. You don't have to necessarily kick out of a teleport. It doesn't make you kick, you choose to kick, unless you're teleporting from a kick. If you teleport from a kick, then you'll appear kicking as well. But if you don't kick, then you'll have the option to do a jump or just fall. Well, you can only do a jump if you have a jump left over, obviously. But if you don't have a jump left over, you can also choose to delay your kick or just not kick at all and just fall. I was loading up a parry there in case I missed the toe tap. I would be able to parry just in case I landed and the Mr. N would go for a punish there. Tried the parry as I landed and turned it out to be I was still near when I hit it. That one was a bit of a incidental execution error kill. I did not mean to actually trick there. Mr. N's probably the worst character when he's concussed, and I believe that's the reason they gave him that neck pillow to basically avoid that first concussion. Normally, if you're concussed, you have a kick that you can defend with, but since Mr. N's kick is right underneath him, he doesn't have much counter kick ability. Alright, we're going to play against the story mode Eskil, which has kick factor always. They call it boss mode nowadays. And I believe that this particular boss mode is has a higher jump and a faster kick as well. When you're playing as regular Eskil, you don't get the speed bonuses that that boss Eskil gets. Oh man. I wonder if I didn't do anything or if it would have kicked past me. Trying very, very hard not to kick into another parry. This is awesome since you do headshot him, he will lose his ability to do... Oh no! His ability to do teleports. Unfortunately, I pressed buttons a bit too fast there and accidentally did my special. Oh, pressed it too fast again. I don't know if I'll be able to parry if he ends up doing a... ends up doing a trick. Maybe I should just wait and try to parry it? Ooh. Was patient enough, I was able to get that counter kill to win this one. Let me make sure to double check the Discord, see if there's anyone, if anyone wants to jump in. If no one, we might call it there.
Game over!
Oh, this ending sounds kind of... It does look kind of funny with the music turned off. It actually controls the audio on these videos as well. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and play that with the actual audio. Where are you here? There it is.
Divekick!
Once Iron Galaxy started working on this game, thanks to me, we
Dave Lang insisted, "Oh, leave this to the pros."
Butt crack is killing me, dude.
Those elite athletes looked extremely out of shape.
Something about her budget mocap suits.
No! God, you're dumb and bad at this. Try harder. Dive kick. You got hurt because your heart isn't pure. No more bull. You're the only one here not pulling their weight. I'm doing my job. Camera guy's doing his job. Our dive kickers are doing their job. We don't have anything usable because of you. Don't it up for everybody else. Frame it just like this. It's not that hard.
What else you got? That's all I got.
Alright, thanks for joining us. That'll be the end of the stream. And if you do want to play some Divekick, go ahead and try to join our Discord. You can hit !Discord in the chat for the link. And if you do want to play some matches, there'll be, if you go to the, I think the roll channel, you should be able to find some details in there. Oh, Notzak, hey. Nice to see you. It's been a while since I streamed, so yeah, just a bit too late. Tourney went quickly. We did have some people who dropped at the end, so we had a lot of buys, but other than that, we did see some veterans who played some great matches. I just finished doing a little bit of casuals after just doing some story mode and letting the credits play out. But you can catch us on the VOD. I should put up the Twitch VOD. I'll turn it into a highlight so it's archived forever, and I should be able to upload it to YouTube as well, so you can watch the backlog there. Anyway, it's been fun this past 10 years playing Divekick, and I hope to see more. Take care, y'all.